Hello, and welcome to FLAG. I'm Debbie Cook, captain of the Flag Service Organization. Here at FLAG, we are always working to achieve LRH's intention of widening the highway and broadening the bridge for all to travel. And the result? An OT boom unlike any time in history. The expanded advanced organization has tripled the number of Class 9 auditors. FLAG is making more Golden Age of Tech OTs than ever before. And as the home of solo knots, FLAG is now producing OT7 completions on an almost daily basis. A state that has never existed before in this or any other universe. Throughout the entire world, solo knots auditors are auditing themselves to cause over life, with a solo knot session starting every 16 seconds, over 18,000 sessions per week. And our immediate target is to double the number of solo knots auditors. Every course room, every auditing room, every staff member has the purpose to get you to OT. That's why we're here. So, welcome to the Mecca of Scientology.
At the Flag Advanced Org, we're moving people up the bridge from here to OT faster than ever in history. Everything we do is aimed at increasing the speed of service and shortening the length of time it takes to get you onto your OT levels. Our lines are set up all in one self-contained building. Everything is right here. The AO registration offices are just off the main lobby, where you will be routed right onto service. Golden Age of Tech word clearers, cramming officers, and ethics officers are set up to handle whatever you need, so you get in session fast and stay in session intensively. The Flag Solo Delivery Team has produced more solo auditors than any other team in the world, over 3,000 in the last year alone. They can turn anyone into a crack solo auditor. They train to complete competence, unshakable certainty, and utter perfection. Every supervisor has completed the flag-only professional metering course and has an RTC pass on solar metering drills. They speak English, French, Spanish, German, and Italian. Tech is fully in these course rooms. If that student ever slows down, it's meter checks, spot checks, or suit two-way comm until he's fully FNing again. As a clear, you can be here tomorrow. Complete solo while you finish off your OT preps. Get your eligibility and then start new OT1, all in a month, or half that time if you're already trained. You will be solo auditing in a perfect environment, with everyone in it helping you to move through. No distractions, just steady progress as you enter the world of OT.
FLAG has busted open the top of the bridge with the incredible expansion of the FLAG AO. With the Golden Age of Tech for OTs and correct programming of cases, FLAG is making OTs in more volume than ever before. We have more than 70 Class 9 NOTS auditors set up to deliver to thousands in the OT band. Yes, more than 70 fully trained Golden Age of Tech Net for OT's auditors ready to take you in session. Any arbitrary standing in the way of your progress up the bridge and achieving total freedom have been removed. If you're OT3, your next step is OT4. And if you're OT4, your next step on the bridge is NOTS. All arbitraries are canceled. Your next step is NED for OTs. NOTS consists of 26 separate steps, each one an OT rundown in itself. The first step is designed to raise your theta perceptions. As you progress through each rundown, you experience enormous personal expansion and freedom while blowing stops that otherwise might prevent the attainment of full OT. And the result? Utter certainty of your personal immortality as a spiritual being. Delivering in English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Dutch, and Japanese, our Class 9 will take you in session 4 to 6 times a day. Often you hear pre-OTs say they blew more charge in one short session of knots than whole intensives of lower bridge auditing. As more knots cases confronted, the outright miracles of LRH Tech happen more than ever before, freeing the being from disabilities that have affected him for eons. FLAG is the home of solo knots. Students are moving through new OT6 and onto OT7 in record time. Every step you've taken in Scientology culminates in this HGC and the auditing of solo knots, the final stage of the second wall of fire. At FLAG, you begin the non-confidential part of the OT6 course at the same time as you receive new OT5. This way, by the time you complete new OT5, you can literally be a week away from your first session on SoloNet for OTs. When you do new OT6, you don't just become a perfect SoloNots auditor. You master 79 exact auditing procedures and audit them directly under our SoloNot CSs. There is literally no aspect of case that cannot be addressed and handled with the tech of this level. The end result is cause over life, with more wins of magnitude than you can conceive of. This is the road that leads to personal freedom, immortality, and the attainment of full OT.
FLAG, we train auditors. Auditors who are flawless, and who apply 100% standard tech 100% of the time. Auditor training at FLAG is tough, but when we say tough, we don't mean difficult to get through. What we are talking about is the standard of perfection and all of the tech that is used to make the perfect auditor. Any Scientologist training at FLAG on any course or internship receives the same care and attention and 100% standard training that the world's top auditors receive. There are no compromises in quality at FLAG. With multilingual supervisors, materials in all languages, and the tools of the golden age of tech, you will acquire these skills faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Put through their paces on the FLAG Pro TRs course, the FLAG Professional Metering course, and then the Academy. Each student learns the mechanics of the mind and the know-how necessary to handle and control life. Ready to handle just about any situation that could ever come up, both in an auditing session or in life.
The FLAG internship is where the student learns the practical side of auditing, and where he becomes flawless, loveless, and 100% standard with not a comma out of place. He can handle anything. He has become a FLAG-trained auditor in every sense of the word. Here comes a complete checkout on all the basics. TRs, metering, the communication cycle. Each of them will be taken apart and looked over with a magnifying glass, and every weakness detected, even the minor ones. Then comes the handling, and this is where the cramming officer steps in. He'll find the right outness and come up with the exact handling needed, whatever you need to become a perfect auditor. Then you are ready to audit, and audit, and audit, hours and hours, every day. Because Ron said, the only way you will ever become a perfect auditor is by auditing. Imagine this. You've got your TRs down cold. Your metering is flawless. Your comm cycle is perfect. You get a program NCS from your expert flag case supervisor, and it's spot on for your PC. You go in session. The result? A cracked case. That was flag auditing, and you delivered it. It's this intensive, exacting, precise combination that makes the best auditors in the world and can make you one of the best auditors in the world. Standard and unshakably certain with a complete grasp of flawless, flawless auditing. You have become a flag auditor.
Here at the Fort Harrison, our HGCs are staffed with the world's top-trained Golden Age of Tech auditors. At FLAG, the work begins before you even arrive. Your folders will be called for well in advance, and they will be gone through from beginning to end to make sure that they are programmed for the exact thing you need as your next step on the bridge. No more and no less. And it is overseen by a Class 12 case supervisor. As soon as you arrive, you will receive an interview with the Director of Processing, and then one of a host of Golden Age of Tech flag-trained auditors will be standing by to take you in session within hours, and you will be on your way up the bridge. With intensive auditing that is guaranteed to be spot on and 100% standard, every session will be perfect. And then you will get 3, 4, 5, or even more of those perfect sessions every day. As much as 2 and even 3 intensives a week. That's a lot of auditing and translates into intensive progress up the bridge. FLAG's auditors and CSs are trained to handle anything, and they will personally make sure that you move up the grade chart.
When the FLAG land base opened in 1975, LRH gave FLAG the responsibility to move all Scientologists to OT. To achieve this, he entrusted FLAG with special FLAG-only rundowns. Rundowns that require the best auditing and case supervision on the planet. As a result, our technical team can crack any case no matter what. These case resolution rundowns will get anyone moving on the bridge and up to OT in no time. They terminatedly handle specific phenomena that can block bridge progress. OutInt can snarl up all other auditing until it's handled. One can fixably go into things on any dynamic to very unhappy results. The int by dynamics rundown resolves all manifestations of OutInt on all dynamics. If you were to add up all the job-related upsets you've had just this lifetime, and then multiply that by countless lifetimes, that's a lot of charge. That's what the profession intensive handles, and you become cause over your work. Attention stuck on a single individual can prevent you from creating a present time. The fixated person rundown relieves this condition, frees up your attention, and gives you great resurgence in life. The dynamics can get overloaded with heavy charge, and it increases beyond your ability to operate well. The dynamic sort-out assessment uncovers and blows these deep layers of charge. Specific case phenomena can blunt an individual's ability to flourish and prosper. Discoveries from LRH's upper OT band research yielded the Havingness Rundown. This rundown spans all dynamics and restores your command of flows, energy, and money. The new Vitality Rundown, available only to pre-clearers, gets to the bottom of unexplained roller coastering, problems, and stress in life. Individually tailored to you, No two PCs are ever asked the same questions. Yet, all who complete it get the result its name implies: new vitality. Your capacity to know is limitless. Yet, you may despise studying or have difficulty learning, or you may neglect training others. The Knowledge Rundown blows away deep-seated charge on this subject and returns your power of choice to know. It was the use of the Casecracker Rundown at Flag that proved there was no such thing as a failed case. Included in this rundown is an assessment of the list LRH called the Champion List of All Time. Together with other actions in this rundown, there is no case that cannot be cracked at Flag. With precision, speed, and the greatest expertise in the world, these Flag-only rundowns can cut through any barrier, address the exact, precise problem, and get you moving towards freedom and OT.
In 1970, LRH described a special case remedy as about the wildest breakthrough we've had in 20 years. This tech threw away a being's basic case. It gave both the lower and pre-OT grades a boost to a level never before seen. Of course, this special case remedy was what we now know as the L's. Only at Flag can you receive the one series of rundowns in Scientology that produces the specific EP of stable exteriorization. Each of the L rundowns contains actions so explosive that they demand a special class of auditors, the Class 12s, who are the only auditors on the planet with unique auditing techniques and specialty Rs required to deliver the Ls. When you sit down across from a Class 12 auditor, you're not only about to launch into reaches of OT you never knew existed, but you'll be guided there at a level of OT auditing skill not generally dreamed of. Given in a precise sequence, L11, L10, and then L12, these rundowns answer the question of how a Thetan could lose all his personal power. L11 reaches deep into the case to grab hold of your most severe aberrations, and then goes deeper still to vanish them forever. L10 answers the question of why an OT restrains himself and ceases to behave as an OT. This series of 30 rundowns LRH called the King of the Mountain. L10 zeroes in on occluded areas that are not touched in any other rundown. You'll resolve whole track confusions on the lie rundown, uproot ancient second dynamic suppressions on the 2D rundown, unlock your third dynamic power with the groups rundown, and relieve the burdens of eons with the greatest overt motivator rundown. On L11, you will have achieved a new life. On L10, you have become a powerhouse. And yet, there is still one more set of rundowns which awaits you. L12. Imagine the uncountable, discarded, buried, and forgotten identities of the time track, wrapping around the basic you and all the assorted ridges of charge attached to those countless lives. L12 blasts through the layers, uncovering you. Unwanted traits of your character and bad impulses are seen for what they are as you discharge the harmful energy connected with them. This rundown makes you a true OT, able to boom an area with no reservation, giving you the freedom to be, do, and have anything you choose in life. When you complete L12, you will have achieved stable exteriorization and gained a resurgence of basic purpose and full awareness of your own immortality.
is the friendliest place in the whole world. In this environment, you will make it to OT. Everything we do is with one purpose in mind: to make it possible for you to rapidly move up the bridge. We do that by putting an environment here where you can keep all your dynamics aligned in your progress up the grade chart. All the little and not so little things: getting from place to place, managing your affairs, keeping sessionable, whatever is needed to make your trip completely distraction-free. Our hotels provide flag standards and accommodations that are suitable to any taste or budget. The Fort Harrison, a landmark for Clearwater, is ideal for those on their L's, special flag-only rundowns, case cracking, and a number of other services. Our newest hotel, the Osceola at the Sandcastle, provides ideal accommodations for those on service at the new advanced org adjacent to it. Our many restaurants serve a variety of menus, from the 5-star cuisine of the Hibiscus to the Sandcastle restaurant overlooking the bay, or the Lemon Tree, Hourglass, or Palms Cafe. As our guests, you also enjoy unlimited access to our 3 professionally staffed, state-of-the-art fitness centers, along with saunas, pools, and jacuzzis. And our air-conditioned fleet of shuttles will get you around to any of Flag's facilities. Our reputation as the friendliest place in the whole world grew out of our purpose to see you all the way up the bridge. It all adds up to a one-of-a-kind environment you'll never forget. And that's the Flag experience.
Flag acts as the information nerve center for Scientology. These offices on the expansion walkway monitor the advance of the greatest strides ever made in planetary clearing. Their application of the tech penetrate virtually every society of man, each time restoring well-being to it. The International Hubbard Ecclesiastical League of Pastors, iHelp, assists volunteer ministers and field auditors who bring the first glimpses of freedom to people everywhere. Scientology Missions International establishes frontline dissemination in areas new to Scientology, working with pioneer Scientologists whose missions offer hope to millions. On the vanguard of that hope, the World Institute of Scientology Enterprises disseminates LRH tech on all fronts, putting administrative solutions into the world's volatile business communities. Attacking the core of the problems underlying social decay, the Association for Better Living and Education brings LRH's solutions for illiteracy, drugs, crime, and immorality to the world. And there is Author Services, Ron's personal organization where you can find out what is being done to preserve LRH's legacy for eternity. Every Friday night, thousands of Scientologists gather in Flag's auditorium for the world's premier graduation to celebrate newfound freedom of those who have attained their next levels on the bridge. Flag also hosts international events, and you'll be there, whether it's the latest announcement of a St. Hill-sized org or the impact of LRH tech in an entire country. Flag is where you'll hear about it first. Traditionally, we play a pivotal role in international expansion, and this will only grow in magnitude with delivery of superpower at the new Mecca. When completed, technical and administrative lines at Flag will expand by a factor of 5. And on a broader scope, the new Mecca will put this planet within range of clearing. History is being made at Flag as we lay the foundations of a truly new civilization.
So this is what awaits you at Flag. Your personal immortality. Never in the history of Scientology have so many moved into the OT band. Of all the adventures on the whole track, none compare to the ultimate prize of spiritual freedom you'll find at the top of the grade chart. And it's here for you right now. Come to Flag so we can take you to OT.